A woman, very poor, lots of children to feed, didn't know what she was going to do this year when all of a sudden a neighbor gave her an egg. She said, an egg, that's wonderful, I can feed almost nobody. But you know what? What if I take the egg and I place it under another chicken and it will hatch? And then this egg will grow to be a full chicken, which will then produce other eggs. That would be brilliant. But then you know what? What I'll do is I won't kill the chickens because I'll sell them instead to get goats. And just imagine, children, if we had all these goats and milk and all these things. And you know what? I'm not even going to kill the goats because what we'll do, we'll sell all the goats and we'll buy cows. And then we'll have milk and we'll have meat. And she was so excited, going like this. Whoops! The egg fell out of her hands and smashed onto the ground. And she had nothing. And so say our rabbis, that is like us. We are the woman with the egg. We think and think, not yet, not yet, not yet. At one point in the future, and before we know it, the future is gone. And so we have our crumbs of bread. And by the way, Calabasas always reminds us that when we throw, it's symbolic. Some of you brought lots of loaves of bread because you have lots of sins. My carpool mate said, that's it? That's all you've sinned? I said, no. I could bring loaves of bread. But Calabasas reminds me every year to only do it symbolically, a few crumbs, because they're concerned that the ducks and the geese will eat too much. So when you throw, just throw symbolically. Don't empty your bags into the water.
How do the ducks absolve themselves of our sins?
Yeah, where do they go?
Fortunately, we sin much more than the ducks sin. We're going to read on the bottom of page 3, and then we are going to cast away. I want you to be conscious, like the woman in the story. What is the sin that you will be casting away this year? Focus just on one, maybe two, that you want to work on in the next year. God of the universe, together fulfill
the worthy desires of our hearts, and thy loving kindness pardon our iniquities. Cleanse us of all our sins. Remember us for our good, for salvation, usefulness, and peace.
Give us bread to eat and clothes to put on,
substance and honor, lengths of days to meditate on your Torah, and to fulfill commandments. O God, send healing for all our sorrows. Bless all the work of our hands. Ordain for us the good degrees of salvation and comfort, and annul all severe judgments against us. Promote the welfare of our beloved country, and guide and inspire its leaders to govern the nation in truth and justice. May this be your will, God. Amen.
1 second before you throw, you might ask, how does one cast? Besides the rules of Calabasas that say it's symbolic, Rabbi Sherman said if we just throw bread into the water, we're just feeding ducks. But this is a mindful act, so I'm going to ask you to think about 3 things. One is, what is it that I'm actually casting away? And if you have kids here, you can talk to them about what is the thing that you want to get better at. The second thing is, to throw something away is not enough. So you'll ask yourself, what is it that I'm going to take on? So I'm going to give something and I'm going to take something. And the third thing is, at this time of the year, we often, we're going to beat our chest in a few days. But we can also look back at the last year and say, what did I do that was great? So I want you to take time and go slow and do one of those 3 things. What am I casting away? What am I taking on? And what is it that I did really well last year? So go ahead.